Buddy, you there?
I'm here. What's going on, guys?
Wait, hold on. I'm muted. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can certainly hear you.
All right,
All right.
awesome. Now we got you. Sorry, I accidentally had you muted, man. I was like, wait a minute, I can't hear him.
It happens, man. Technology gets the best of us sometimes. All good, man.
Well, first off, I do want to say that is an awesome banner you got behind you, man. So before we get into the pro league stuff, I want to. These people should know more about you. So tell us who you are and what got you your love into NASCAR.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Joey Stone from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm also known as Sloppy Joe on YouTube and Twitch, which are my main platforms where I love to entertain all the NASCAR gamers and fans. Why to get into NASCAR? Who doesn't love cars going 200 miles per hour and the sound of the engine and the rubber smell? Just unbelievable. But what really got me into it was my first ever race was in 2001. Spring race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, just a few weeks after Dale Earnhardt unfortunately passed away at Daytona. I was 5 years old. I had a bright rainbow jacket on for Jeff Gordon and a rainbow hat. That was my driver from the first day. But I saw history, which is ironic, that I saw the young Kevin Harvick in what was RCR's worst days come out on top and show that good days were among RCR for the future. And that was my first race ever, and I was glued to it since. And I think my parents regret it because it's all I talk about and it's all I live for. And that's what really got me into it from there. And the gaming just kind of came from it, from being the guy that used to go backwards and wreck cars back in the EA days to see the fire and the hoods falling off the cars, to now being the guy strategizing how I can win the race every single week. So it's been a really long journey of why I love the sport, but it's an amazing journey for sure.
Well, I do want to ask you, does anybody else in your family get involved in NASCAR, or is it just you, man?
Yeah, so my dad got me into it at first. He is the main reason why I'm into it. My mom hates it. My mom never got into it. She tries to remember the drivers. The only one she can remember is Jeff Gordon, because that's all I talked about as a kid growing up. But now, since I'm an adult now, she just doesn't really talk about it. My sister doesn't like it either. So it's just me and my dad. But my dad doesn't really watch it as much anymore. He works a lot. But I make sure to tune in whether I'm at home relaxing or if I'm at work. I'll pull it up on my phone and have it to the side because I can't miss a race. I really can't. I can't remember the last time I ever missed a race in any sort of way. So really, just my dad was the main reason why I got into it.
All right, so I didn't know who you were until what was it? I can't remember what game it was, but I met you for the first time, and we used to have a history back then. I'm going to tell the viewers, I would say we hate each other, but it's like, so I don't remember the full story, but I think you do. So if you'd like to explain, I think people would love to hear this.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So back on the game, NASCAR the Game 2011 is where I met Mr. Joseph Lombard first. I was racing in a league with drivers like Danny Wells and a few others that Joseph knew at the time. And we got an invite, my friend Jackson and myself got an invite from Joseph to race in a league race of theirs at Dover. So that was the first race I ever raced against Joseph. And I remember driving the number 4 Red Bull car for Casey Kane. That was back in 2011. And Joseph was driving the 24 at the time. I think he was driving like the Pepsi Max car or something like that. And I remember at the time, one of Joseph's friends, Scoobs, who back then was one of the fastest guys in the game, everyone said, "Oh, you can't beat Scoobs. Nobody can beat Scoobs. He wins every single week." And I go in there and I pass him for the lead and I'm pulling away and everyone's like freaking out. Like, who is this guy? He just came out of nowhere and he's like beating Scoobs. And I don't know. I think Joseph just got really upset about it or something because I was like kind of being aggressive, but I knew I had a car that could win the race. And he just drove it into turn number 1 and just took me out. And it was like with like maybe 15 laps to go in the race and my race was done. And after that, I said, "That's it. I'm never talking to the guy again." For a while, I was like, "Man, I'm so mad. But as time goes on, you grow older and you realize, you really shouldn't be mad about that stuff. It's just a video game at the end of the day. And that's really the whole story. It was just a bump and run that went terribly wrong. He wrecked me, and Joseph pretty much told himself that there can only be one Joseph on the track. So that's pretty much how we met each other. But I think we're all good now, right?
You know what? I I'm so glad you told that story because now I remember everything that happened. Now I remember this moment. And now I'm like, oh, man, I was a jerk back then. I'm so sorry, man. Okay.
I think we all were, man. We all were. I think we were like, oh man, we were like 14 or 15 years old at the time, maybe.
With me, I was 18 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I think it was 17 or 18. It was around there. Man, I was an immature teenager. Oh my God.
Man, you were picking on a young 13, 14-year-old sloppy Joe just trying to race for fun, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Well, I'll be honest here. I was kind of like a little, you know what?
Like a little mature?
Yeah. I mean, not that I wasn't like that all the time, but I remember back in like high school days stuff. I can remember being myself kind of like a jerk to people at times. Not all the time, but no, I've grown well matured from that day to today. Yeah, I've grown more maturity. Well, I'm so glad you told that story, man, because now I remember everything now, and I'm so sorry I was a jerk to you.
It's fine, man. It's racing, you know. Back on the NASCAR game 2011, man, the physics weren't 100% at the time. So I mean, you can get into somebody by accident, you know, and the car just shoots up 10 yards up into the wall, and you think someone just slammed into you, but really you're just trying to be easy. So all good, man. Hey, that was years ago, man. You know, past is the past, tomorrow's the future. That's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Well, yeah, that's a story that you can tell and just laugh about now. I mean, I know at that moment I was not happy, and I know you weren't happy and stuff, and I guess we hate each other. I'm not sure if I don't remember actually like hating on you, but I know I didn't like you at the time.
Well, the crazy thing was, like, you know, back when I got in that race, you know, as that young kid, I'm like, oh my Lord, I'm racing with Joseph Lombard into SC4R himself, and he just drives it in and hits me and spins me out. I'm like, okay, all right, I see what's going on here, and like, you know, but it's all good, man.
Oh man, it's like, man, I'm such a big fan of Joseph, but he was a jerk to me. Like, oh goodness. Well, now we're like friends now, and you know what? I will say, I'm glad that we've turned into the good side together, because obviously we've raced in the core. And we ran into each other a couple of times in core too. But
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
But the thing is, we never really like got upset with each other. I know. I would say maybe at the moment just like and stuff. But like, I know we always after the race talked about it and stuff, and then everything was fine, whatever. We never got to the point of actually getting angry at each other, which was good, because I think half the league was like that. But also, I had a good time being part of. Yeah, I know you've done these YouTube battles with some of the YouTubers, and I was in one of them as well, and I had a good time with that. And you and I had a good time with that night. We were battling every race. The points were so close because we were keeping track on that, but it ended up being a tie. Like we ended up having a tiebreaker race, and I happened to lose that one. He picked the Rover, and I'm like, dang it. So he came out on top of that, but that was a lot of fun, and I hope I get to join again on one of those, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm definitely going to be looking at rescheduling you for a rematch. I think your the Lombard Nation would definitely love to see a rematch with that. That was definitely the most fun I had with any of them. The closest one I've ever had. You pulled the unthinkable, man. You won at ISM in like a 40-car lobby, avoiding all the wrecks. I'm like, there's no way he's going to come out on top of this thing. And you're like avoiding every single wreck. And I'm sitting there wrecked in the front stretch for like 20 seconds trying to get my car straight, but I can't because I keep getting rammed into. And you pull the unthinkable, man, to go into a tiebreaker. So it was just unbelievable, man. Definitely was the most fun I've had with any of the NASCAR YouTuber battles, which more of them are on the way, by the way. Just been so busy with the beginning of the NASCAR Heat Pro League just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so speaking of the Pro League now, so 704 games gave fans the opportunity to give gamers an opportunity to participate in this Pro League. And from the day you start, like the first day they did that, did you ever think that you could be one of those gamers that would be selected to race in the Pro League?
At first I was very startled by it. I was very halt. I was like kind of halt with it. I didn't know how to approach it. I didn't know how it was all going to work, especially with me being a college student and whatnot. I didn't know exactly how much time I had to put into it. So I kind of put it off to the side. But around the time of, I want to say November, maybe late October, some things happened in my life to where I saw the NASCAR Heat Pro League qualifications as a door opening up for my life. And, being that young kid who always wanted to be a race car driver growing up, I told myself this could be my one chance, my one shot to get into the sport that I've loved since I was a kid and be a driver in a virtual way. So just endless hours of practice and whatnot. My confidence started growing a lot with what I was doing. I was just pulling consistent results, getting some fast lap times and whatnot. So at first, I was really kind of like not scared, but more of like in that halt phase of like, oh, I don't know if I can really go through with this. I don't know what to do with this, to being confident in what I can do on and off the track. So my confidence really did boost up a lot as the time went on.
So 704 Games did the draft out at ISM Raceway during that weekend. What was that like for you? Give us your moment, like the moment you got selected, you got drafted by Richard Childress Racing. What was that like to you?
That was the greatest moment of my life, man. Just being surrounded by my parents, my close loved ones, my best friends in the world, who, I mean, I could shout them out right now. They're probably not watching, but, I'm actually hanging out with them tonight. But yeah, just being surrounded by all my loved ones, in that moment, because they all knew how much work I put into it, endless nights, having bags under my eyes when I wake up in the morning just from hours of practice to get to where I was. And seeing, Austin Dillon, my twin, seeing him going up and calling my name, I didn't think it was going to get called. I really didn't, because, I saw Skirt Bush and Slade Gravitt they were there in the draft in person. And I thought for a second, oh man, they flew out all the draft picks there to get chosen. But I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. And when I heard Austin Dillon call my name, I wanted to cry. I was live streaming it on my YouTube channel, a live draft reaction. But as I was trying to cry, I was filled with just like this like high bolt of energy in my body to like start fist pumping and screaming. And I remember just looking at the camera, and I told myself when I was looking at the camera, I'm not just looking at like at a camera. I'm looking at like I think it was like hundreds of people watching my stream, seeing if I was going to get drafted, that we did it. But all in all, it was probably the greatest moment of my life to this date, that I made it into the sport that I love, and I'm actually here living the dream that over like 10,000 drivers tried to achieve, and I was one of the lucky 28 that was selected. So just a surreal moment.
All right, man. Well, from the day that you got drafted to now today, obviously you've been to Talladega, you've been to Charlotte, you've been to a couple of race weekends. So what has this journey been like for you since you got into this Pro League? And give us your thoughts on the first. I mean, you ran pretty well at Charlotte, got a good result there, but Auto Club did not go so well. But walk us through that journey since the day you got drafted.
Yeah, so the journey is just, it's like one step at a time. It becomes more of this is just a dream to, oh my Lord, this is a crazy dream. There's no way this is real. Because I've been to many race weekends as just like a fan. I've been in the garage area before as a fan, getting drivers' autographs and whatnot. But I've never been to the track as like a driver/employee. And it's such a different vibe when you're there, when the people who work with your race team are guiding you to certain places to do certain things with sponsors. And, you get that feeling of, man, you're a driver. And I guess the big surreal moment that made me realize this journey is like unbelievable. When I was walking at Talladega, I was walking to the driver's meeting with the rep who was with me at RCR, and we were walking through the red carpet. And one of the little kids, or a few of them, looked at me as a real driver. And I wanted to sign it so bad, but I didn't want to be that guy. It's like, I'm not going to sign something when I'm not like a real driver or anything. But just, I had that vibe of I'm a real driver. And as the weeks have went on, when I went to Charlotte and everything, and actually signing some autographs for people that knew who I was, who were rooting for me and whatnot, it's just been unbelievable because you have that dream as a kid. You want to sign autographs as a kid, and you practice your signatures on paper at a young age because you never know what's going to happen. And now you actually sign those things for fans of yours. It's just an unbelievable feeling. So the journeys went from being just a simple NASCAR fan to now being a NASCAR driver. And it's such a different vibe when you get to the track. It's such a different, it's a job. It's a job now. And when you go there, you feel professional. You feel like you've made it. And I love that side. I love being professional. I love meeting new people and, making new connections and making someone's day, like signing a hat for a fan. But as you said with the race, with the Pro League so far, Charlotte was a really hectic race. I think a lot of us knew that coming in, but we were hoping it would be a little bit more easy on us. It was more about survival. It really was. I had a really good Caterpillar Camaro Z01. We started 5th on the inside where I really wanted to start. But unfortunately, the race was actually on times one way rather than times 4. And the car was not set up for it the way I was practicing. So coming out of 2, I lost control of it. The back end just got around and we were in the back, had to fix the damage and make some adjustments. But as soon as I got the adjustments down, the car was a bullet. It was able to get into the corner better than mostly any other car out there. It was just more about surviving the wrecks, and luckily we ended up with the top 5 and put ourselves in a good start to the season. Now we're going to get to Auto Club, and I'm smiling about this one because, Joseph, I think you know why I'm smiling about this one. Mm-hmm. We started mid-pack, and I knew qualifying wasn't going to be my stronghold. It never really is my stronghold. But when I tell you that was the best Caterpillar Camaro Z01 I've ever had in my life, it was the best one I've ever had in my life. It was able to do everything I wanted on the track. It was one of the only 2 cars, I think, that was able to get under the apron in 3 and 4 and make it stick and get a run on somebody out of 4. And we were the only car that was able to get up to Hunter Mullins, who drives for Go Fast Racing. People know him as FedEx Racing, one of the best in the game. We were able to get up there and pass him for the lead. And we were like the only car that was able to do it. And we were in position to fight for the win at the end. And unfortunately, the 95 got into turn 3 a little too hard. And he came up and hit me and got the 20 and the 13 involved and took us out with 2 laps to go, or 3. And it ended our race after running in the top 3 all day long. So regardless if it was going to be a win or not, it was going to be a solid start to the season for us. But now we're kind of in that mood of, hey, yeah, we still got, like 5 or 6 races to the playoffs, but we got to start getting some good finishes after that. So rough, I can't, honestly, I haven't went and watched the race again because I can't, it fuels me even more to go out there and do some incredible things on the track. So I can't watch, otherwise, it's going to make me even more angry and whatnot after what happened. But all in all, the start of the season has been really good. We brought some great speed on our ERCR team. Caterpillar has been a great partner so far with us, and we got some more partners on board like Bass Pro, Cessna, Liberty National, Coca-Cola, and many more who are on for the ride. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. I think we're going to definitely turn some heads in the upcoming weeks.
All right, one last question before we give the fans in the chat an opportunity to ask you a question, and we'll read them out to you. But you guys will be going to Bristol next. What's your expectations over there?
Well, it's Bristol, baby. Bristol's going to be one of those tracks that I think a lot of us are kind of we're questioning it. It's one of those tracks that in public lobbies is a wreck fest, but when you get the 28 best guys out there, arguably the 28 best guys out there to race competitively, you don't know what's going to happen. I think we have a pretty good qualifying spot. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I feel really good about our car. It's able to hold the bottom pretty well. It's really going to come down to track position, because if you can run that high line pretty well and get that run off the corner, you're going to be able to hold out the person who's on the inside. And if it comes down to the end, and those tires are still kind of, they're a little warm, but they can still do the job. Don't be surprised if you'll see some guys stay out for that track position, because that's what it's all about. If your car is not super loose and rides up the track easily, you're going to see some guys stay out. There's going to be a lot of strategy. There's going to be a lot of bumping and banging. It's going to be fun. A top 5 is a win for me in my book when we get there, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, before we give the chat an opportunity to ask a question, like I said, chat, make sure you ask some questions in chat right now. We'll read them out to him, but make sure you guys follow Joey Stone, a.k.a. Sloppy Joe, on his social media. They will also be posting in the chat as well, so make sure you follow him, keep up to date with his live, and of course his journey in the eNASCAR Heat Pro League as well. So Joey, first question, this is from Mike. How did you come up with the name Sloppy Joe?
I feel like I don't get asked this as much as I thought I would. Originally my name was Joe Meister 24. That was a name that my next door neighbor would call me when I was a kid, just to like, pretend I'm like a wrestler or something, Joe Meister or something like that. It happened when my family and I were eating dinner. This was like maybe a year ago, maybe. I can't remember when I changed the name exactly, but we were eating dinner and she made the sandwiches, right? And she sat them down. I'm like, these are right, Sloppy Joes. And all of a sudden, it's like a light bulb kind of hit me in the head. I'm like, wait a minute. My name's Joe. This is the name of a sandwich. No one has this name out there. And then as soon as dinner was up, I ran up to my room. I went on my YouTube and all that, and I started changing it and started doing everything I could. Started making some profile pictures for me with like a sandwich on top of my hands. I got super creative with it. And since then, thankfully, it's taken off. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. And I'm happy that it's a name that people can really look back and, like smile when they look at it. It's definitely fun to have a name like that.
Didn't you tell me one time that I don't know if I don't remember if you told me this or it was somebody else, but never had a Sloppy Joe in their life?
Yeah, so that was before that. That was before that. I never had a Sloppy Joe until that night. And when the name of the sandwich, I've heard of the name of the sandwich before, like way back, but it never clicked until I ate it. And I was like, that's my name. And it just clicked right there. And like since then, I've only had it twice because they are pretty messy to make and everything. But I figured I might do something if I win the esports, if I win the NASCAR Pro League Championship or win a Pro League race, I might like devour Sloppy Joes on live stream. I don't know. I might come up with something funny to give to the fans and everything just because of the name. Because people are asking me all the time, when are you gonna do it? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but we have to get there first before we do that.
If that happened in a live stream where you just devour a Sloppy Joe, man, would the viewership go up? Man, I have more respect for you too. Not that I don't have enough respect for you already, but like, man, that would just bump it up even more. That would be so amazing. And of course, it needs to be a mess too. It needs to happen.
Oh yeah, man. Probably throw it in my face, honestly, at this point. I mean, I already shaved my beard live after winning after getting drafted. So who knows what's gonna happen once I win a Pro League race. You guys just have to stay tuned for that one.
Awesome. Well, make sure, guys, to chat up some questions. We'll probably ask a couple more questions before we let them go. Joey, what is your favorite NASCAR track?
Whew. Oh, man. Favorite NASCAR track. It's got to be Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just the history of that track, everything that's happened there, all the photo finishes, all the crazy wrecks, the famous 1992 championship battle with Alan Kulwicki, Bill Elliott, Richard Petty's last race, Jeff Gordon's first race. So much history there. I've been there since 2001. I've been to every race since then, and I plan on never missing one. If I had a favorite that wasn't a hometown favorite, the Charlotte Roval. Went there for the first time in fall, glued to it, and I'll make sure to go to every single one of them since. Incredible idea to add a road course into an oval, and it's going to stay for a long time. Incredible racing.
All right, well, Joey, we're going to let you go here, but before we do let you go, is there anybody you got to thank for your opportunity over in the East NASCAR Heat Pro League?
Yeah, absolutely. Just definitely got to thank my family and friends for all the support. Especially, I need to thank RCR for the opportunity for bringing me onto the team. We just started together, but there's already signs of an incredible future together. We have incredible things planned. Got to thank my partners, Caterpillar, Bass Pro Shops, Coca-Cola, Cessna, Liberty National, and Red Cap, and many, many more. My teammate, Jordan McGraw, and, of course, everybody at 704 Games, Motorsports, motorsport.com, and all of them for making sure this Pro League is successful and going to take off in incredible ways that no one is even prepared for yet. Just everybody. And, of course, everybody of the Sloppy Nation and everybody in my YouTube community that's been there since day one. I love you guys. You guys are incredible. Thank you for all the support, and I hope you guys follow me on the many, many more years and hopefully decades of an incredible journey that we're on board for.
Awesome. Well, speaking of 704 Games, I love the fact that they give the fans and the gamers an opportunity of being involved in something unique. Absolutely. Like this NASCAR Heat 3 Pro League that they've started. I think it's a unique idea. Obviously, I know they still want to fix a few tweaks on it, but I feel it's got potential. And speaking of 704 Games, they actually contacted me the other day and him as well. And we're going to be working on some stuff with them pretty soon, too. So it's pretty cool that they care about the fans. And that's the number one thing I love about them is that they care for the fans. They love the feedback. Try to give some feedback from the fans on what should be added to the games or what should be fixed up. I think that's pretty cool. Well, Joey, I do appreciate the time you to come on today. Wish you the best of luck. Obviously, I know you're going to be doing some more testing before the Bristol race next week, but best of luck to you in the Pro League for the rest of the season. Maybe, hopefully, we'll have you back on again soon on this show, and I would love to have an opportunity of joining your live streams again pretty soon, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, both you and Zachary, for having me on. Incredible opportunity to be on here with you guys. You guys do incredible things for the community. Congratulations to Glinda again. I was reading the comments and reading the story. An incredible story for sure. It's great to do great things like that. So congratulations to Glinda. I was listening in. And, thank you guys so much. And, Joseph, I got you, man. We're going to get you in for that rematch, man. Hopefully you can give me my first loss of the series.
I almost did, man, but you had to pick the Charlotte Roll win. If it wasn't for that, maybe. But you know what? It was a good time, and I'm up for it anytime, man. Well, thank you again, man. I know you got a busy life. I know you got to visit your family tonight. But just have a good rest of your day, man. Take care of yourself. And like I said, good luck in the Pro League.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Yep. That was Sloppy Joe. Well, Joey Stone, a.k.a. Sloppy Joe, that joined us today. First off, I do want to thank him for taking the time today and joining the show today. Again, he is a NASCAR Heat Pro League driver on the PlayStation side. He's the driver with the number 8 for Richard Childress Racing. Had a 5th place finish over in Charlotte, and then, of course, not a good result at All Club Speedway, as he mentioned and stuff. But he's got Bristol coming up next week. Maybe he can have some redemption there, or at least he did say a top 5 would be a win for him as well. But so cool to hear his story and hear his thoughts on the moment he got drafted into this Pro League. And just a nice guy. I love that story he told about back in NASCAR 2011 days and stuff. And I totally forgot about that moment until he mentioned that whole story. I'm like, oh, shoot. Man, was I a jerk back then to him, But really nice guy. Him and I have actually become really good friends. And, again, thank you, Joey Stone, Sloppy Joe, for joining us today. Of course, you guys can follow him on his social media. He does have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and, of course, his Twitch. Follow him along on his journey in his Pro League. And just his life, if you want, Okay, we got a few minutes left. We have not done one thing. We haven't done what there's one thing we haven't done yet. I was trying to say that, and I messed that up. We got to give away the winner of the Ryan C. Diecast giveaway. And, of course, the winner has their choice of either selecting the 2018 or the 2019 diecast. So which one they want. So we got the names in here, and we're about to announce the new winners. Zach, I'm going to let you pick this one this time, okay? I make sure you shuffle around. Got to give it a good shake, man, or a good shuffle, There you go. And, of course, we're actually going to, before you announce the winner, we're actually going to do 2 this month because we didn't get the opportunity of doing one in May because of, the day we had the power outage issue, we were going to announce a winner, but unfortunately we couldn't do that. So this makes up for May. Of course, in 2 weeks, guys, make sure you go on Lombard Bros Gaming, Facebook, and Twitter and Instagram because we have announced the beginning of the new Ryan C. Diecast giveaway. So if you do have a chance, if you know Lombard Bros Gaming on Facebook, make sure you share that post on Twitter. Make sure you retweet that post so you can have an opportunity in 2 weeks to win a Ryan C. Diecast, either a choice of 2018 and 2019. So, Zach, who is the winner this time?
So the winner for this giveaway is Deanna Rudell on Facebook.
Deanna Rudell on Facebook. Oh, wow. Okay, Deanna Rudell on Facebook. Congratulations on winning the Ryan C. Diecast giveaway, which was supposed to be for the month of May, but unfortunately, like I said, we couldn't do this giveaway a couple weeks ago when we had the power outage issue. So this makes up for May. So Deanna Rudell, thank you so much for participating in this diecast giveaway. And hopefully you enjoy the diecast. And again, you have a choice of either the 2018 or 2019 diecast. You cannot have both, but you have a choice on which one you want. So, Deanna, congrats to you on the diecast giveaway. Of course, again, in 2 weeks, guys, we will announce another giveaway winner of the Ryan C diecast. But just today, we released the new beginning of the giveaway for the Ryan C diecast. Make sure you go on Lombard Bros Gaming Facebook, share that post. Make sure you go on Lombard Bros Gaming's Twitter, retweet that post. Make sure you read the rule on Instagram and stuff if you want to participate in the next giveaway, Ryan C diecast giveaway, which is in 2 weeks on June 17th. So hopefully one of you guys could be a winner in the next giveaway. But for those that was in this giveaway, I do want to thank you guys for participating in that giveaway. But you still got another opportunity to win a Ryan C diecast. So just make sure you go back and share, retweet the giveaway. So we just got a few minutes left, Zach. Anything else you got to discuss before we head off?
Well, I just wanted to say that to those of you who follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube recently, we've just recently lost a friend.
Yeah. So wow, that was something I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad you might ask that. So if you guys, you guys have seen them in a couple of our videos, a few photos and stuff, but we met this guy a few years ago, and he's had a history of heart problems, health problems. He's had it all and stuff. And, you know, we got to meet him for the first time a few weeks. Of course, he's been in front of our house. He's been over to our house one other time. He's hung out with us during race weekend a couple of times and stuff. But our good friend Domindu, unfortunately passed away. What was it, on June? No, on May. God, when did he pass away?
Well,
it was on Wednesday.
So it was on May 23rd.
Yeah, it was. No, it was May 22nd. Yeah, May 22nd. That was a Wednesday. So, unfortunately, on May 22nd, our good friend Domindu at age 33 passed away because recently he had cerebral cancer, and that hit him pretty fast too. And what was so special a few days before his death is we got to go visit him at his apartment. And of course, he was bed rested. He was on hospice care. Really couldn't move at all, couldn't really speak and stuff, but he recognized us, which was good and stuff. So, just our good friend Domindu was a really nice guy, and it's just such a shame that cancer once again just strikes somebody. You know, it's just a horrible, evil disease. You know, no matter what cancer it is, it's just horrible. And, you know, we've seen people able to beat it, and of course, it's good to hear news when people beats cancer, but sometimes they don't beat it, and it's such a shame, you know. So Domindu, hope you're resting pretty well up there, man. Miss you a lot. Was a good guy, and of course he was supposed to be going to Sonoma in a few weeks. Sonoma's in a couple weeks, and he was going to go. Obviously, he wasn't going to go with us, but he was going to be up there, and never been up there. He's never been to Sonoma, and he was going to go for his first time, and unfortunately, this cancer got him. So, Domindu, good friend of ours. Hope you're resting pretty good up there, man. Rest in peace, man. And our thoughts and prayers are with Domindu's family as well, as they're going through a tough time. So, it sucks.
Hope you're saying hi up there. Hi to our dad up there.
Oh, yeah. Well. Gotta say hi to him as well because, you know, he met Dad before too.
Yeah.
And so hopefully he's saying hi up there. But Domindu, thinking of you, man. Wish you were still here, man. Just hate that cancer got you at a young age too. Anyways, guys, okay. So that is the end of the talk show. Hope you guys enjoyed this Lombard Bros talk show. We will be back next Monday for another Lombard Bros talk show. And we're actually going to have Rudy, which he is a guy that I help out with the broadcasting. Rudy from Max Speed TV is going to be joining us next Monday on the talk show. And so anyways, guys, you take care. Have a good one. Have a great rest of your Monday. Joseph Lombard, a.k.a. N2SC4, with Zachary Lombard, a.k.a. Magnum 5. You all have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.